If you suffer from anxiety, try this. CBD may bring you comfort that you did not expect. Research on cannabidiol oil (CBD oil) is still in its infancy, but there is mounting evidence to suggest that some people can get relief from anxiety. In this video, we examine what CBD oil is and how it may help reduce anxiety symptoms. Cannabidiol is a compound derived from cannabis plants. It may help people with anxiety reduce their symptoms with few or no side effects. What is CBD oil? CBD oil is extracted from the cannabis plant and contains chemicals known as cannabinoids. These may bind to receptors in the brain to help relieve symptoms of pain. CBD oil contains chemicals that may bind to receptors in the brain and help relieve pain. Cannabidiol is extracted from cannabis plants and can be used as an oil. CBD oil is rich in chemicals called cannabinoids that bind to specialized receptors in the brain. The best-known cannabinoid is tetrahydrocannabinol (THC), which causes the high people feel after using marijuana. THC, however, is just one of many cannabinoids. Cannabidiol also binds to these receptors but does not produce a high. Proponents argue that cannabidiol oil has many health benefits, ranging from slowing the growth of cancer to improved mental health. CBD oil is edible and can be used as a cooking oil or added to food. People may also take it as a medication by consuming a few drops. Does CBD produce a high? CBD oil derived from hemp will not produce a high. Hemp is a type of cannabis plant grown for industrial use, such as making paper and clothing. Unlike other cannabis plants, hemp has not been specially bred to produce high levels of THC. Cannabidiol may be sold as a type of hemp oil with trace amounts of THC. So, someone using cannabidiol might still test positive for THC on a drug test, even though they will not experience any alterations of mental state after using the oil. CBD oil and anxiety. Cannabis is known to aid relaxation, making it a popular alternative treatment for anxiety. Much of the research on cannabis products has looked at the use of marijuana rather than at CBD oil as a standalone product. Some studies have found that cannabis might help anxiety. Others suggest that having anxiety is a risk factor for recreational marijuana use, or that using marijuana can make a person more vulnerable to anxiety. People interested in managing their anxiety with CBD oil should look exclusively at research on cannabidiol, not generalized studies of medical marijuana. Although there are fewer studies on cannabidiol specifically, the preliminary research is promising. Throughout our lives, each of us has probably faced the unpleasant symptoms associated with anxiety at least a couple of times. The constant worrying, the sleepless nights, the inability to get a handle on our anxious thoughts. But when anxiety becomes a constant part of our lives, things can get quite overwhelming. When you can't even muster the courage to get out of the house, you risk losing your job, which in turn gives rise to even more problems. Fortunately, products such as CBD gummies and other edibles can have a significantly positive impact on anxiety. In fact, numerous anxiety sufferers have reported fewer anxious thoughts, better quality sleep, and a notable improvement in overall mood as a result of using various CBD-based products. From oils and tinctures to gummies and other edibles, there's an option for every taste, and all of them seem to have the same positive result. CBD and depression. Affecting nearly 322 million people worldwide, depression has recently become the #1 cause of disability. This mood disorder can turn your entire life upside down, causing emotional pain, low self-esteem, fatigue, sleep-related problems, feelings of helplessness, and even thoughts of suicide. Although researchers and mental health professionals have spent decades studying this condition, there are times when traditional treatments don't seem to work. Since therapy takes time and medication has numerous unpleasant side effects, perhaps a good alternative would be CBD-based products. Many depression sufferers have discovered that this natural option proves to be quite useful in alleviating the troublesome effects of depression. By interacting with the endocannabinoid system, edibles like CBD gummies prove to be highly effective in regulating mood, sleep, appetite, and even pain. Neurochemistry and CBD having a direct impact on the endocannabinoid system, CBD can give rise to significant changes in the neurochemistry of our brain. Experts believe that through this system, cannabidiol can have a positive influence on the stress receptors in the hippocampus, part of your brain responsible for emotional processing. The fact that human beings and animals have an internal system explicitly designed to process cannabinoids is truly fascinating. In a way, it seems that nature has already equipped our bodies with the means to benefit from this amazing compound. A small 2010 study found that cannabidiol could reduce symptoms of social anxiety in people with social anxiety disorder (SAD). Brain scans of participants revealed changes in blood flow to the regions of the brain linked to feelings of anxiety. In this study, cannabidiol not only made participants feel better but also changed the way their brains responded to anxiety. A 2011 study also found that cannabidiol could reduce social anxiety. For that study, researchers looked specifically at cannabidiol to treat anxiety associated with public speaking. Research published in 2014 found that CBD oil had anti-anxiety and antidepressant effects in an animal model. A 2015 analysis of previous studies concluded that CBD oil is a promising treatment for numerous forms of anxiety, including social anxiety disorder, panic disorder, obsessive-compulsive disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, and post-traumatic stress disorder. The report cautioned, however, that data on long-term use of CBD oil is limited. While research strongly points to the role of cannabidiol in treating short-term anxiety, little is known about its long-term effects, or how it can be used as a prolonged treatment. A 2016 case study explored whether cannabidiol could reduce symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder (PTSD) and anxiety-provoked sleep disorder in a child with a history of trauma. Researchers found that cannabidiol reduced the child's anxiety and helped her sleep. Studies into cannabidiol specifically, however, have found few or no negative side effects. This means that CBD oil may be a good option for people who cannot tolerate the side effects of other medications for anxiety, including addiction. A person should look up the CBD laws in their state and anywhere they travel. Be aware of non-prescription CBD products, as they do not have FDA approval. Labeling may not be accurate. Consult a doctor who has experience with CBD oil to determine the right dosage. For generalized anxiety disorder (GAD), the National Institute on Drug Abuse (NIDA) says that CBD has been shown to reduce stress in animals such as rats. Study subjects were observed as having lower behavioral signs of anxiety. Their physiological symptoms of anxiety, such as increased heart rate, also improved. More research needs to be done, specifically on humans and GAD. For other forms of anxiety, CBD may also benefit people with other forms of anxiety, such as social anxiety disorder (SAD) and post-traumatic stress disorder (PTSD). It may help treat anxiety-induced insomnia as well. In 2011, a study researched CBD's effects on people with SAD. Participants were given an oral dose of 400 mg/mg of CBD or a placebo. Those who received CBD experienced overall reduced anxiety levels. Multiple recent studies have shown that CBD can help with PTSD symptoms, such as having nightmares and replaying negative memories. These studies have looked at CBD as both a standalone PTSD treatment as well as a supplement to traditional treatments like medication and cognitive behavioral therapy (CBT). CBD has also been studied in other neurological disorders. A 2017 literature review on CBD and psychiatric disorders concluded that there isn't enough evidence to tout CBD as an effective treatment for depression. The authors did find some evidence to suggest that CBD could help with anxiety disorders. However, these studies were uncontrolled. This means that the participants weren't compared to a separate group or control that might have received a different treatment or no treatment at all. Based on their review, more human tests are needed to better understand how CBD works, what the ideal dosages should be, and if there are potential side effects or hazards. A 2016 study trusted source found that CBD can have antipsychotic effects in people with schizophrenia. Moreover, CBD doesn't cause the significant debilitating side effects associated with some antipsychotic drugs. In a 2018 study, male subjects received CBD before undergoing a simulated public speaking test. The researchers found that an oral dose of 300 mg, administered 90 minutes before the test, was enough to significantly reduce the speaker's anxiety. Members of the placebo group and study subjects who received 150 mg saw little benefit. The same was true for subjects who received 600 mg. The study only looked at 57 subjects, so it was small. More research, including studies that look at female subjects, is needed to determine the appropriate dosage for people with anxiety. CBD products. Most CBD products fall under two main categories: oils and edibles. Let's take a closer look at the two types of products and see which one fits your preferences best. CBD oil. CBD oil is part of a new product category that has received increasing popularity and also contributes to the development of cannabis cultivation for medical use, an industry firmly regulated in countries that have opted for legalization. With an increasing demand for CBD oil, a base compound in many products, manufacturers have taken advantage of the opportunities the internet offers and have taken over the virgin online market. Nowadays, you can purchase CBD oil and other products and have them delivered directly to your home in over 40 countries around the world. CBD edibles. As you've probably heard, CBD-based products come in many shapes and sizes. From oils, tinctures, elixirs, and balms, to CBD gummies, sweets, chocolate, and even CBD-infused honey. But out of all the options that today's CBD market has to offer, nothing has gained more popularity than edibles. And who could blame us? Who wouldn't want to take their medicine in the form of a delicious piece of chocolate or a yummy gummy bear? CBD oil dosage. Considering this industry is relatively new, there aren't any super strict regulations regarding the use of CBD. In fact, as one study quoted above revealed, even high doses of cannabidiol prove to be harmless. Furthermore, the FDA has yet to issue a recommended daily intake (RDI) for cannabidiol. The only recommendations come from brands that produce and sell CBD oil, and their estimations can range from 15 to 50 mg. 6. As you can probably imagine, it's somewhat difficult to zero in on an exact dosage considering all the variables, weight, body chemistry, the severity of the condition, and so on, that scientists must consider. Nevertheless, experts recommend you start slow and increase the dosage gradually. Also, make sure to consult your physician before considering this treatment option. CBD oil side effects. I know what you're thinking. Are there any harmful side effects associated with the constant use of CBD products? In short, this product is safe, natural, organic, and quite effective in treating various physical or psychological issues. Whether you prefer the fruity taste of CBD gummies or the soothing effect CBD body balm, the positive effects of cannabidiol are guaranteed to turn any skeptic into a firm believer. CBD is generally considered safe. However, some people who take CBD may experience some side effects, including diarrhea, fatigue, changes in appetite, changes in weight. CBD may also interact with other medications or dietary supplements you're taking. Exercise particular caution if you take medications, such as blood thinners, that come with a grapefruit warning. CBD and grapefruit both interact with enzymes that are important to drug metabolism. Got it. So how does CBD help with anxiety? While research is still very preliminary, CBD is thought to ease anxiety by helping the body process serotonin, a hormone and neurotransmitter that plays a role in regulating emotions. The process by which this occurs is thought to be similar to that of serotonin reuptake inhibitors (SSRI), a class of anxiety and depression medications. SSRIs target a serotonin receptor called 5-HT1A and increase the availability of serotonin in the brain to help boost your mood, explains James Moreau, 1500th, the director of the Mood and Anxiety Disorders Program at the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai. Similarly, one 2019 study found that CBD enhanced 5-HT1A transmission in rats and reduced anxiety-like behavior. Now, it's up to researchers to test this finding on humans too. How should I go about using CBD for my anxiety? First things first, CBD isn't ideal for everyone, and it can interact with certain medications like blood thinners and anti-seizure drugs. That said, no matter what your medical condition, it's important to talk to your doctor before adding CBD to your routine, says Hampton Atkinson, MD, the co-director of the Center for Medical Cannabis Research at University of California, San Diego. What other research has been done on CBD and anxiety? While a lot of the support for the use of daily, low-dose CBD comes from anecdotal reports, people saying, CBD has helped me manage my anxiety, there are strong hints in the medical literature that CBD does have anti-anxiety properties, says Dr. Steve Paterno, chair of Curaleaf's Medical Advisory Board and the deputy director of the Duke Cancer Institute. Okay, last thing, how can I find quality CBD products? After you find a CBD product you're interested in buying, see if the company that makes it shares the results of third-party independent testing on their goods, recommends Dr. Paterno. With the results, you should be able to see just how much CBD is in a product and be able to ensure that no other harmful chemicals are present. Outlook: the role of cannabidiol as a treatment for anxiety disorders remains unclear, as more long-term studies are required to assess the benefits and risks. For people with anxiety who have gotten no relief from other treatments, however, CBD oil offers a potential alternative solution. People considering CBD oil for anxiety should speak with a doctor to help determine the right treatment for them. People are also advised to research the laws in their area regarding the use of cannabis products. Below are links for some products to try. All have been thoroughly tested by third-party labs.